Let's look at the first rule. So keep in mind these 2 points. Okay, radius and tangent being perpendicular to each other, and a spherical mirror is made up of many small plane mirrors. So the first law talks about a ray parallel to the principal axis will get reflected through the principal focus. So the law is just telling this. If you have a ray falling on the mirror which is parallel to the principal axis. So which is principal axis? It's a line which is passing through your center of curvature, focus and the pole, right? This red line is your principal axis. So if I have a ray falling parallel, let me show this. See, can you see that this is parallel to the principal axis? So what happens to this? It will go through the focus. Okay, it will reflect through the focus. Right? This is the rule. So this, let me show that. So after bouncing, it will go through the focus. So focus is over here, right? It'll just go through that line, through that point. So this is your incident ray. It will get reflected and go through that point. Okay. So now, what is the logic behind this? The rule is quite simple, but if you understand with logic, it's fun to learn. So let me consider again the incident ray. This is your point of contact or incidence. So it will go through the focus. Now, to understand this, understand the logic behind this, we need to draw it from the point of contact with the center a radius, is it not? This is your center. This is your point of contact. So basically, if I consider this to be a big circle, which it is, okay, it's a sphere, is it not? It has a center, right? This is part of a sphere, remember. So from the center to that point is your radius, something like this. Okay, so this bright line is your radius, right? From here to this point is your radius. Now, at this point of contact, we can call it as P. If I draw a tangent, if I happen to draw a tangent at the point P, remember, at the point of intersection, what happens? The angle between the radius and the tangent is 90 degree. Okay, so if I happen to imagine a plane which is tangential to the point of contact, so that's your point of contact. See, it's tangential. Can you see that? So basically, that's the plane. So as a whole, if I happen to ignore the mirror itself, so what we are looking at here is a plane mirror, and this is your incident ray. That's your normal, and this is your reflected ray. The angle of incidence, can you see that? The angle of incidence is equal to angle of reflection. Okay, this is the logic. So basically, you can see here too, this angle and this angle will be equal. Okay, so this circle I've drawn with the help of Python, and this was the center and mid of that. Okay, here, this is the exact midpoint. And even if you take a screenshot and if you measure these two angles, they will be equal. Okay, hopefully I've not done any minute mistake. If I've not done that, then this will be exactly equal. If I've done any small mistake, then it will be approximately equal. So I hope you guys understood the logic. See, the whole thing is this, guys. Every curved mirror is made up of infinite plane mirrors. So at the point of contact, you guys can imagine a plane mirror, and this will be the logic. That's it. Okay, so this is the entire funda. So please have a look at this. I'll show you guys how to exactly draw this on a sheet of paper. So try to understand, try to go through this once. Right? I hope you guys are able to understand all of this. The logic is a bit complicated, but the rules are very simple. But I want you guys to, as usual, without logic, I don't want you guys to understand anything. Try to understand with logic, at least, the minimum. Right? So let me show you guys how to exactly draw this on a paper. This is also a part of your understanding and syllabus. So how to draw this entire scenario on the paper. So first thing is I pre-drawn a line, a straight line. So here I'm marking 3 points which are 3 centimeter apart. That's the first step. So 0, 3 and 6. So use your compass, draw an arc of 6 centimeter. So I'm making use of those points and drawing an arc. So try to use your protractors and compass how much ever you guys can. Don't just draw it with assumption. Don't draw free-handed. So I'm just representing that it's a mirror. Next step. Okay. So here the logic is I need to draw a parallel line. So I'm trying to do an exact version of a parallel line so that I want you guys to see the logic as well. So all this is to draw a parallel line. Now I'll draw the parallel line. So that's the point of incidence. Okay. So the rule is that it will by default pass through the focus. Okay. All these are solid lines, remember. Okay. So that's your basic rule. I have not drawn the arrow. Yeah. Now I'm drawing it. So this is your entire rule. That's all. For example, you just need to do this, but I want to explain the logic as well. So for logic, you need to join the point of contact and the center of curvature. So that is basically a normal, right? So I want you guys to actually know that yes, this is true. So you can see angle of reflection happens to be 10 degree. And angle of incidence, that too will be 10 degree. Okay, so both are equal, right? So again, the logic is at the point of contact, right, to the normal if I draw a perpendicular line. So again, I'm using set square to draw. See, set square is much easier than trying to draw it without it. It makes it very convenient to draw perpendicular line. That's the whole job. So I'm now at the point of contact, I'm drawing a mirror. Okay, a plane mirror. See, all this is for understanding purpose. This much of drawing is not required for your exam. Done. That's it. So that's your plane mirror. So you can imagine that the plane mirror is the only thing over there. And with respect to that, we have a incident ray, normal, and reflected ray. So the entire funda of this topic is a curved mirror is made up of many small plane mirrors. So again, I'm trying to show with the set square that yes, normal and the mirror makes an angle of 90 degree. Okay, so back to the screen. So pretty much everything on the screen you guys have to copy. Logic is not to be, they won't ask you in the exam about drawing it and all of that. But yes, they can ask you as an MCQ question or logical question. So for your exam, this is what you guys would get to draw if they do ask you to draw. But yes, logically, this is the one. So try to draw two things. And yes, I want you guys to use protractor, compass, scale, pencil, two pencils, right? Eraser, if there is a minute mistake, major mistake, scratch it and draw a new one. Okay, so pause and copy this.